Coffee with Tim Black.
Hey folks, how you doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to Coffee with Tim Black. It's been a while since I did a coffee show. Oh, to all my Democratic friends, I want to agree with you that your party can be rebuilt from the inside, but then we both be wrong. Let's move to a story in Florida. A story that was sent to me by my friend Miami Gator at Jeff Miami on Twitter. And it's the story of Elijah Manley, young man who attended a town hall there in South Florida, where Debbie Wasserman, Schultz, Nancy Pelosi, and other Democratic fixtures were there to talk about LGBT rights and how to make the world a better place. The real story, the story that's not being told by mainstream media, is not the convergence of Nancy Pelosi and Debbie Wasserman Schultz as Debbie Wasserman Schultz struggles to maintain or try to rekindle some form of credibility. It would be the story of Mr. Manley being removed from the premises because, well, he said he was going to film it. Oh, man, I'm serious. He's an activist. He's a young man, he's an activist who went to this event with press credentials to cover the event, to live stream it. And the reaction of that, or the reaction of Secret Service, was to remove Mr. Manley from the premises, alleging that he somehow had threatened Debbie Wasserman Schultz. But as I looked at the tweets from Mr. Manley's account, I see no threats. Here goes the tweet. Going live in 5. Hashtag single payer, hashtag Seth Rich, hashtag HR676. Let's show Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Nancy Pelosi what truth looks like. Whoa, so scary. Just because somebody makes it clear that they're not a fan of Nancy Pelosi or Debbie Wasserman Schultz doesn't mean that they should be unallowed or disallowed to attend an event that's you got credentials to attend. Here's the statement released by Manley. He says, I arrived at the event around 9:31 a.m. and waited in a line for 40 minutes in the hot sun to get in. Finally, once I got in, I took a seat in the second row, began to live stream the event on my Twitter page to show folks what was going on. After about a few minutes of live streaming, a guy in a suit approached me and asked me to come with him. I complied. Once we were outside the main room, I asked him if there was a problem, and he told me that there was one and that there had been online threats towards Debbie Wasserman Schultz. I asked him for evidence that I posted any threats to Debbie Wasserman Schultz. He refused to show any. The guy standing next to him had a federal law enforcement lapel pin on his collar. I immediately recognized it as the emblem for the U.S. Secret Service. So they escorted him from the premises. Not only did they do that, but they followed him for about a mile because Mr. Manley obviously is a threat to national security. This is the opposite of transparency. This is the opposite of conversation. This is the opposite of activism. This is the opposite. And for a party that's planting this flag in the resistance, if this is how you treat people who just follow your event, just to record it and share it with the rest of the world, I don't know how you can not call yourself a hypocrite. But as usual, hey, they were too busy talking about Queast losing in Montana. Too busy talking about other issues such as Russia and Jared Kushner and possibility and unknown sources, unnamed sources. All of that is fine to report on. But there is yet to be a mainstream report on Mr. Manley, Elijah Manley, being escorted off the grounds just because he was filming. But you need to resist what? And that's why I say, what is the resistance about? Resisting what? Resisting fascism? What do you call this? I'm Tim Black for TBTV. Share this video. Reach out to Elijah Manley. He's on Twitter for more information. There's a video of the whole event. He live streamed it on Periscope, I do believe, and you'll be able to catch it there. We got your back, Elijah. Free speech should stand for something. And if you're sharing information with the community, that's a serious asset that we need to keep going. So we got your back all the way. Find me at timblacktv.com. Also go to russia.com and take part in that website as we fight back the Russia propaganda and scare tactics.